This is one of the most momentous changes in the whole of the 165 years history of the America's Cup, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's a pivotal moment in the Cup. As you said, in 166 years, we've never been able to get an agreement where the majority of the teams have come together and said this is where we want the future of the Cup to be, the style of boats we want to race in, the venues and the schedule of the racing. So it really does set a fantastic platform to move forwards, to get more new teams involved, to get our commercial partners tied in for the future, and the media as well, to really understand better the challenge of the America's Cup, the format of the racing, and just where we can take this sport.
Your team has presumably been really instrumental in this because you brought in Martin Whitmarsh and he's organised the framework agreement. How did it all happen?
Well, certainly our team dates back to 2011 for a collaboration with Oracle, Team USA, Larry Ellison and Russell Coutts, and really those two individuals seeing the concept of people like myself being able to start an America's Cup team and have a commercially funded team for the future. So that's always been in our DNA, if you like, and with the opportunity to bring in Martin to the sport, really I saw there's someone who has huge credibility through Formula One, and in Formula One through FOTA, the agreement between the teams to work together for the good of the sport. And so Martin has really been able to help drive the vision of Larry and Russell and others to come together and get everybody around the table and to build the bridges to make this happen. So it's been a huge achievement all round.
Was that quite a difficult negotiation? Is it like the Good Friday Agreement?
Let's say each team had its own views, it's fair to say, on what the future of the sport should be, but ultimately above that everyone understood that we needed this. The America's Cup's been crying out for this for centuries, and to finally have an agreement where we now know what the type of boat will be, the class of boat, having a biannual event and being able to lock into that for everybody, that's a massive win. And it's a really exciting period now for the America's Cup, and not just for the current teams. I think now the opening is there for new teams to come in and see the pathway to get involved, and most importantly, as we were talking about earlier, for the young generation, the youth sailors of today, to now see in 5-10 years time they could absolutely be out there racing for their country in the America's Cup.
Is this the end of the winner of the America's Cup having an advantage or being able to get an advantage?
I think certainly the winner of the America's Cup now, in terms of setting the rules, they have given up a lot of that advantage that they may have had previously, but they very much retain their commercial advantages of winning the Cup. They retain the commercial rights, the venue selection for the actual America's Cup itself. So there's still plenty at stake there to try and win, and that's what we're all gunning for.
And at what stage does the work happen to agree on the new America's Cup class boats?
Well, we've already fundamentally have that class rule in place. Once the winner is selected later this year, that protocol on that class rule will be put forward. And the new and existing teams that are looking at entering the America's Cup now also have access to that class rule, so they can start designing and developing their tools as and when they commit to joining the America's Cup family.
You said it will be ultimately cheaper than what people are spending, the budgets they're spending at the moment. How much cheaper?
I think most budgets will come down by around 50%. Certainly our team, our projected budget is reducing by 50% from our budget as a new team in this America's Cup cycle. So there are some massive cost savings now implemented, which is good for the existing teams and also critical for attracting new teams to come in and see that they can be competitive in the America's Cup for a fraction of the cost that they previously were up against.
And do you think that you're already having discussions? Do you think there will be more teams?
Absolutely. There's a number of teams that are really interested and very close to committing to this framework agreement and to the America's Cup for AC 36 and 37. So the goal is to have 10 plus teams. I think we're certainly on track to try and get double figures, which would be an amazing position for the Cup to be in.
And one last question, what will it take to get Emirates Team New Zealand on board to this framework agreement?
Well, Emirates Team New Zealand have been involved with the process for this framework agreement, the discussions. They've been kept up to date with that. They obviously have their own reasons for not wanting to be involved to date, but as a commercial team they clearly see the advantages of having this framework agreement, having the continuity. So our goal in time is to have them involved with this process and signed up as one of the as another entry for AC36 and AC37.
Thank you very much, Ben. Congratulations and well done. Good luck.
Thanks, Elaine.